Let's face it, most people will fail in 2025. It's the brutal truth. The majority will sit back, let life pass them by, and wonder what went wrong. But here's the question. Are you prepared to take control of your future? You see, success isn't handed to you. It's not about waiting for the right time or hoping for a miracle. It's about stepping up, taking ownership of your decisions, and committing to change when no one else will. You can't afford to be like the rest. You can't afford to let another year slip by while you dream of what could have been. So I'm asking you right now, what's it gonna be? Will you stand up and fight for your future, or will you fade into the crowd of those who just watch life happen? The choice is yours, and it's time to make it count. Let me tell you something. The road to success is not paved with guarantees. Success is not something that just falls into your lap. It's not handed to you because you hope for it. It's the result of deliberate choices, tough decisions, and a relentless pursuit of your goals. Look around. The successful people you admire didn't get there by accident. They faced challenges, setbacks, and countless failures, but they kept going. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They created it. They didn't listen to the doubters. They pushed through the fear. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful isn't talent or luck. It's their ability to commit to their vision day after day, even when it feels impossible. You have to make that same commitment. You have to choose to make the hard decisions that others avoid. So ask yourself, are you ready to make the choices that will shape your future? Or will you let another year slip by waiting for success to just happen? Here's the truth. Your comfort zone is the enemy of your success. It's easy to stay in your routine, to stay with what you know. It feels safe, doesn't it? But let me ask you, how many of you have ever felt stuck, knowing deep down that you're capable of more, but too afraid to step out of that comfort zone? If you want to stay where you are, then by all means, keep doing what you've always done. But if you want to grow, if you want to reach the next level, you need to break free from that comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen in the easy spaces. It happens when you push yourself beyond your limits, when you take risks and face the unknown. Think about the greats, whether it's Oprah, Steve Jobs, or anyone who's achieved greatness. They didn't sit back and wait. They stepped into uncomfortable spaces, took bold actions, and embraced the challenges that came their way. You must do the same. So, here's the question. Are you going to keep playing it safe? Or are you ready to break out and embrace the growth that's waiting for you? Excuses and procrastination are silent killers. They might not scream at you, but they slowly drain your potential. You've probably heard it before. I'll start tomorrow. I don't have time right now. It's not the right moment. These are the lies you tell yourself. And let me be clear, every time you make an excuse, you're delaying your success. Procrastination feeds on the fear of failure and the comfort of delay. It convinces you that you have all the time in the world, but the reality is, time doesn't wait for anyone. Every day you put something off, you're pushing your dreams further away. The successful know this. They don't wait. They take action, even when the circumstances aren't perfect, because they know that perfect conditions will never come. You have to get real with yourself. Stop making excuses and take control. Stop waiting for the right moment. It's never going to come. Make today the day you commit. Every small step forward counts. Don't let procrastination rob you of your future. What's your excuse going to be today? Or are you ready to rise above and start making real progress? Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown is the biggest enemy standing between you and your dreams. It paralyzes you, keeps you stuck in place, and convinces you that you're not capable. But here's the thing. Growth comes from stepping outside of that fear. It comes from facing those uncomfortable moments head on and pushing through them. You want to overcome fear? Do it anyway. Take that first step, no matter how small, and watch how the fear starts to fade. Every time you face it, you grow stronger. Fear will always be there, but you don't have to let it control you. Take control of your life. Step forward and watch your fears turn into fuel for your success. Let me be blunt with you. Your worst enemy isn't the world. It's not the people who doubt you or the obstacles in your path. It's the person staring back at you in the mirror. The truth is, your biggest barrier to success is the way you think, the way you act, and the choices you make every single day. What would happen if you stopped blaming everyone else for your struggles and took full responsibility for your own life? What if you stopped playing the victim and started seeing yourself as the creator of your own destiny? The moment you accept that your future is in your hands is the moment you start winning. Too many of us look outside ourselves for solutions. We wait for someone or something to change our lives. But the real power lies within us. You're the only one who can change your reality. So look in that mirror. What are you going to do about it? Let's talk about excuses. We've all used them. I don't have enough time. I don't have the right opportunities. I'm not ready. But guess what? Every single person has the same 24 hours in a day. Time isn't your enemy. It's what you do with it that counts. Those excuses, they're just chains that keep you stuck in the same place. Here's the reality. Opportunities are not handed to you. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create it. You make your own opportunities through hard work, persistence, and the belief that you can change your circumstances. Ask yourself, am I waiting for a sign, or am I ready to create my own? The world doesn't wait for you to be ready. It moves whether you're on board or not. Don't let excuses be the reason you stay behind. Here's the harsh truth. No one is coming to save you. No one's going to come knock on your door and hand you success on a silver platter. If you want to change your life, you have to do it yourself. You are the architect of your own success. You are the one who must take control. No more waiting for someone to fix things for you. If you want to rise above your challenges, it's on you to take that first step. The truth is uncomfortable, but it's also empowering. If you don't take control, you will remain stuck. It's time to stop waiting for someone else to change your life. The only person who can change your future is you. So ask yourself, are you ready to take responsibility and build the life you deserve? Or will you keep waiting for something that will never come? Think of your life as a car. Are you driving, or are you just a passenger? Are you in control of where you're heading, or are you letting someone else or life itself decide your path? Too many of us are stuck in the passenger seat, letting circumstances, fear, or other people steer us. We look out the window wondering why we're not where we want to be, but we're not making any moves to take control. Here's the truth. You have the steering wheel in your hands. The power to change your future is in your hands. You're not meant to drift aimlessly, waiting for someone to give you directions. It's time to take action. It's time to grab the wheel, decide where you want to go, and drive yourself to your destination. You have the ability to create your own path. But first, you need to take responsibility for where you're heading. So, are you going to keep coasting, or will you start driving your life in the direction you want? The choice is yours. Where will you be in 5 years if you keep living the same way? Think about it. Picture yourself stuck in the same routine, making the same excuses, avoiding the same uncomfortable truths. Nothing changes. You're still waiting for the perfect moment. But here's the harsh reality. Every year you waste is a year you can't get back. That time is gone, never to be reclaimed. Imagine a person caught in this cycle. Too afraid to act, too comfortable to change, too full of excuses to step out of their comfort zone. They say they'll start tomorrow. They say next week, but tomorrow never comes. 5 years down the line, they're in the same spot, regretting that they didn't take action when they had the chance. Is that going to be you? The price of inaction is regret. You don't have the luxury of waiting any longer. You must act now or risk living a life of what ifs. Staying stagnant is like standing still in a moving current. You don't notice it, but you're slowly being carried further and further away from your goals. Day by day, you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never arrives. The years pass, and before you know it, you've lost time you'll never get back. Time is a thief, and inaction is its accomplice. The dreams you once had start to fade into the distance, not because they were impossible, but because you chose to stay still. You chose to avoid the hard work, the discomfort, the risks that come with change. You stayed in your safe zone, and in doing so, you allowed your dreams to slip through your fingers. Do you really want to look back years from now and realize you've let your dreams die because you couldn't take that first step? Time doesn't wait, and neither should you. Success and failure are not dramatic, sudden events. They're built over time, one decision at a time. Every action you take moves you either closer to your dreams or further away. Every time you choose to act, to push through discomfort, to say yes when fear tells you to back down, you're stepping closer to success. But failure? Failure isn't a single dramatic moment. It's the slow process of missed opportunities, the result of one excuse after another, of letting life happen instead of taking charge. It's in the moments when you avoid hard decisions, when you procrastinate, when you fail to act. The difference between success and failure comes down to this. Success is built by bold, consistent decisions. Failure is a byproduct of inaction, of letting fear and excuses take control. So which path will you choose today? The road of excuses or the road of action? The decision is yours. We all know the trap, the one that whispers, I'll do it next week, or I'll start tomorrow. It feels harmless, doesn't it? You think, I've got time, I'll get to it later. But let me tell you something. Next week turns into next month, and next month becomes next year. And before you know it, a year has passed and you're still standing in the same place. It's easy to put off hard decisions. We convince ourselves that we'll be ready later, that the perfect moment will come. But let's face it, there is no perfect moment. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. You can keep telling yourself, I'll do it later, but the truth is, time doesn't care. The world will keep moving with or without you. So ask yourself, how much longer will you wait before you take your life seriously? How much longer will you keep pushing your dreams aside? Every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. It's time to stop waiting and start acting. Regret is a powerful force, and it will haunt you like a shadow if you let it. Imagine yourself 5, 10, 20 years from now. Picture looking back on your life, realizing that all the opportunities you missed, all the chances you passed up, were because you didn't take action when you had the chance. That's the pain of regret, a feeling of knowing you could have done more but didn't. Now let me ask you, you want that to be your story, a story of missed chances and what ifs? Or do you want your story to be one of action, of decisions made, of risks taken? You have the power right now to avoid that regret. You have the ability to make sure that when you look back, you'll have no what ifs. Instead, you'll look back and see a journey of growth, of bold decisions, and of steps taken toward your dreams. Don't let the weight of missed opportunities crush your spirit. Stop waiting for a better time, because that time is now. This is your moment. The future will thank you for the action you take today, so don't let regret be the story you tell yourself. Make your story one of power, one of courage, one of relentless pursuit. Take control now and let your actions define the future you deserve. At this very moment, you have two options. Keep making excuses or make a change. The choice is yours. You can keep telling yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, or you can take control of your life and take that first step toward your future. So let me ask you, which one will you choose? Will you stay stuck in the same patterns, the same excuses in the same place, year after year? Or will you decide today that you're done with the waiting and the wishing and choose to take action? The power is in your hands. Your future isn't determined by the circumstances you face, but by the decisions you make now. Every choice you make right now is shaping your tomorrow. So ask yourself, what kind of future do you want? A future of growth, success, and accomplishment? Or a future of regret and missed opportunities? The decision is yours. But remember, if you don't take charge now, you will remain exactly where you are. It's time to decide. Every great success story starts with a single decision. One choice made at the right moment can change everything. You see, success isn't an accident. It's the result of decisions made consistently over time. Every action you take today lays the foundation for the future you desire. So let me ask you, what decision are you making today? Decide that failure is no longer an option. Decide that you will not settle for mediocrity. Decide that you will fight for what you want no matter how tough the journey gets. That single decision to never give up, to never settle, is what will push you toward greatness. It all starts with one choice, one moment, one decision. Success isn't built on chance. It's built on your ability to make the right decisions consistently when it matters most. Comfort zone sounds nice, doesn't it? It's the place where everything feels easy, familiar, and safe. But let me tell you something. Comfort is like quicksand. At first it feels good, but the longer you stay in it, the deeper it pulls you down. It traps you. It keeps you from growing, from pushing yourself to new heights, and from realizing your true potential. Growth is painful. Change is uncomfortable. But you know what's worse? Staying the same. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the further you drift from your goals, your dreams, your purpose. Yes, stepping outside of that comfort zone is hard, but that temporary discomfort is nothing compared to the permanent regret of never trying. You have to embrace the discomfort. The only way to move forward is to face the uncomfortable moments, to push through the pain, and to keep going when it feels tough. Discomfort is temporary. Regret is forever. So will you stay stuck in the comfort of the quicksand, or will you take the bold step toward a future of limitless potential? The choice is yours. From this moment forward, remove "I can't" from your vocabulary. Right now, today, you need to decide that those words will no longer be part of your story. "I can't" is a mental trap, a limitation you've been placing on yourself for far too long. But here's the truth. Those words only exist because you've allowed them to. No more "I'll try." Only "I will." When you say "I will," you're speaking with commitment, with determination. You're no longer leaving room for doubt, hesitation, or failure. "I will" is the declaration of someone who believes in their power, their ability, and their potential to overcome anything in their way. It's time to adopt a mindset of mental toughness. Turn your words into actions. Don't let the limits of your past dictate what you can do today. The moment you replace "I can't" with "I will," you shift your entire perspective. You unlock the door to your true power. So say it now. No more limits. Only possibility. Say it out loud. I refuse to be average. Say it with conviction. Say it like you mean it. Average is not your destiny, and it shouldn't be your goal. You've got one shot at this life. Are you really going to waste it by playing small, by settling for mediocrity? The time for excuses is over. It's time to step up, to rise above the noise, to push yourself beyond the limits you've been accepting. Average is easy. Average is comfortable. But average will never get you the life you're dreaming of. You're here to do something great, to achieve something extraordinary. But that won't happen if you keep accepting good enough. Now is the time for bold action. No more waiting for the right moment. The moment is now. The future belongs to those who decide to stop being average, who take massive action and refuse to settle. You have everything you need to create a life beyond your wildest dreams, but it starts with the decision to refuse average. Make that decision today. Let me tell you something. If you don't control your time, someone else will. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. You think you're too busy, too overwhelmed, too distracted? Let me be clear. Those are just excuses. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It moves forward whether you're ready or not. It's time to take responsibility for how you spend every single minute. Every hour you let slip by without intention is an hour you've given away. Cut out the distractions, the endless scrolling, the meaningless tasks that don't push you toward your goals. If you don't actively manage your time, someone else will take control. They'll dictate your schedule, your priorities, and your future. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, they mastered their time. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They tracked their days, made every minute count, and built their success on the foundation of time well spent. You don't need more time, you just need to use the time you already have more effectively. So ask yourself, what's your time worth? Will you continue letting distractions control you? Or will you take charge and start using every moment to get closer to your goals? Your success is tied to how you manage your time. Now is the moment to master it. Let me make something crystal clear. Motivation fades. Discipline is what keeps you moving. There will be days when you don't feel like getting out of bed, when your energy is low, and when the last thing you want to do is put in the work. On those days, motivation will be nowhere to be found. But that's where discipline steps in. Discipline is the muscle you need to build. It's the foundation that keeps you on track even when your emotions don't align with your goals. You want to build consistency? Set a schedule and stick to it. No excuses. Whether you feel like it or not, whether you're motivated or not, discipline forces you to show up. Success doesn't come from the fleeting bursts of motivation we all experience. It comes from the ability to stay disciplined, to keep working, and to push through when motivation has long since left the building. So ask yourself, can you rely on discipline to carry you when motivation falls short? Can you stay consistent even on the tough days? If you can master discipline, you'll build the success you've been waiting for. The only difference between you and the person you admire is their mindset. That's it. The person who seems to have it all together, who's crushing their goals, who's succeeding in ways you dream about. They think differently than you. They've adopted a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities, not roadblocks. It's time for a shift. Stop thinking like a loser. Stop accepting defeat before you even try. Start thinking like a winner. Winners don't look at failure as the end. They see it as the lesson, the stepping stone that gets them closer to their goal. They embrace the struggle because they know it's part of the process. A growth mindset isn't just about believing you can succeed. It's about understanding that growth is constant, that every challenge is a chance to improve, and that you are capable of learning and adapting along the way. So, what's it going to be? Will you keep limiting yourself with self-doubt, or will you embrace the mindset of a winner, no matter what life throws at you? The choice is yours. Let me remind you of something. Motivation isn't enough. You don't need more motivation, you need more action. So many of us wait for the perfect moment to start, thinking motivation will suddenly appear and push us forward. But let me tell you, motivation is unreliable. It won't always be there when you need it. What will be there is your ability to take action. You don't need a wave of motivation to get things done. You need a commitment to daily action. Every single day, do one thing that moves you forward, no matter how small. One email, one phone call, one workout, one step toward your goal. It's these daily actions that add up over time and build momentum. Success isn't built on one grand gesture. It's built on the countless small actions you take every single day. So stop waiting for the right moment. Take bold steps toward your goals now and trust that every step counts. Remember, motivation won't save you, action will. So get moving. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll be on your way to achieving what you've always wanted. Let me tell you something. Your circle determines your future. The people you spend your time with will either elevate you or hold you back. If you're surrounded by negativity, by people who don't believe in your dreams or don't want to see you succeed, you're allowing them to dictate your potential. It's time to cut out the toxic influences. Get rid of the people who hold you back, period. This isn't just about removing individuals who drag you down. It's about surrounding yourself with like-minded people who challenge you, who push you, and who encourage you to be better every single day. Look, the reality is you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So ask yourself, are your friends and your circle lifting you higher, or are they holding you in the same place, stuck in the same patterns? Surround yourself with people who are driven, positive, and supportive. People who inspire you to grow and who are committed to the same level of success you are. You can't afford to be around those who drain you. Protect your energy, protect your future. The right people will not only help you get to where you want to go, they'll make the journey better, faster, and more meaningful. Listen closely. Every single day, show up. Do the work, repeat. This is the mantra of success. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck, it's consistency. You have to commit to showing up even when it's hard, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Success is built on the daily actions, the small steps that add up over time. It's about making the choice to keep going no matter how you feel. Consistency is non-negotiable. If you want to achieve anything worthwhile, you have to be willing to put in the work every single day, even on the days when you don't feel like it. It's those daily habits, those small, consistent actions that will lead you to massive, lasting results. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of energy. It comes from a steady, relentless commitment to your goals. So let's get clear. Every single day you show up, you do the work, and you repeat. Don't let the small things slip by thinking they don't matter. They do. And over time, those small actions will turn into something big. Keep going, keep repeating. Your success depends on it. Make this clear. You will fail. You will struggle, you will doubt yourself, but guess what? You have to keep going anyway. The road to success isn't paved with easy victories or smooth paths. It's full of obstacles, setbacks, and moments where you feel like giving up. It's tough, and it will test you, but here's the thing, nothing worth having comes easy. The journey will challenge you. It will push you to the edge, make you question your decisions, and leave you exhausted. But if you can keep moving forward when everything inside you is screaming to stop, you'll be stronger than you ever imagined. How badly do you want to succeed? Are you willing to push through when it gets tough, when your body feels like giving up, when your mind starts feeding you doubts? Success is earned in the struggle, not when everything is easy. The fight is where you grow. The question is, are you ready to fight for it? Let me tell you the difference between winners and losers. Losers quit when it gets hard. Winners push through. When things get tough, it's easy to throw in the towel, to say, this isn't for me. But that's exactly what the average person does. Winners don't quit. They dig deeper, they find new ways to push forward, and they refuse to let challenges stop them. Failure is part of the process. Pain is temporary. Pride is forever. The pain you feel in the struggle will fade, but the pride you carry from overcoming those challenges will stay with you for the rest of your life. Every setback, every failure, every obstacle is just an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to build resilience. So next time you face a challenge, don't see it as a reason to quit. See it as your chance to rise. Grit, determination, and the refusal to give up are what separate those who succeed from those who fall short. The road won't be easy, but that's exactly what makes it worth it. Winners don't quit, they press on. Will you? Diamonds are made under pressure. It's the intense heat and force that transform a simple rock into something extraordinary. The same goes for you. You either crumble or you shine. Life will apply pressure, stress, disappointment, obstacles, but it's how you handle that pressure that will define who you become. It's easy to back down when things get tough, to shy away from challenges, to let the weight of it all crush you. But if you can embrace the pressure, if you can rise above the struggle, you'll come out stronger, sharper, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. Greatness is born in the fire of adversity. The challenges you face today are shaping you for the success you'll experience tomorrow. So don't run from the pressure. Embrace it. Step into the heat with confidence, knowing that this is where your greatest transformation happens. Will you crumble or will you shine? The choice is yours. Let me ask you something. When things get tough, will you break or will you break through? The moments of adversity are the true tests of your character. When life hits hard, will you let it crush you or will you find the strength to rise up? You are stronger than you think. You have the power to overcome whatever comes your way. Your response to adversity will define your future. This is your gut check. Will you shrink back in fear or will you dig deep and find the strength to push forward? When the road gets rough, that's when the real you is revealed. The path to success isn't lined with comfort. It's filled with challenges that test your resolve, but the winners, the ones who achieve greatness, are the ones who persevere. So ask yourself, can you push through? Dig deep, find that inner strength. You've got this. Don't break through. The time for talking is over. The time for action is now. You've spent too much time making excuses, waiting for the perfect moment or convincing yourself that someday you'll take that first step. But here's the truth. Someday is not real. It doesn't exist. The only moment you have is right now. How many times have you told yourself that someday will be the day? Someday I'll start that project. Someday I'll make that change. Someday I'll go after my dreams. Well, let me tell you something. Someday is now. There's no more room for excuses. Every moment you spend procrastinating is a moment you can never get back. Look at the people who have achieved greatness. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They didn't wait for the perfect time. They acted in the face of uncertainty. They made the decision to move forward even when it was hard, and that's why they succeeded. It's time for you to do the same. No more excuses. Only action. Your future is waiting and it starts today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Next year isn't guaranteed. This moment, this exact moment, is all you have. Let that sink in for a second. You think you have time, but time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for you to catch up. Every day you delay is a day you'll never get back. So let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Why not start now? You don't need more time. You don't need the perfect conditions. You just need the courage to act. You are not promised tomorrow. Every second you wait for the right moment is a second you waste. The present is the only time you can control. Today is the day that can change everything. If you don't take action now, when will you? Every day you waste is a missed opportunity for progress, a missed chance to move closer to your goals. Don't let the clock keep ticking while you sit idle. The time is now. You have a choice. Be like most people and fail, or rise above and win. The world is full of people who settle, who take the easy road, who wait for things to happen. But let me ask, is that what you want for your life? Do you want to be just another face in the crowd? Or do you want to be someone who stands out, who rises above, and who achieves greatness? The power is in your hands. The future you desire starts with the action you take right now. Every decision you make today will shape the path you walk tomorrow. You have the ability to create the life you want. You have the ability to break free from the chains of procrastination, fear, and doubt. This is your moment. Step up, take control. The world isn't going to wait for you. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Make today the moment that changes everything. Will you rise above the obstacles or will you stay below and let them defeat you? The choice is yours. Make it count.